Yeah. Turn off the air conditioner, you unprofessional idiots. What is up? Welcome to Big Kid with Will Bryant, the show that I do and record and you listen to. I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. Remember when I used to say, what did I say? The show that makes you feel like a big kid. That lasted like a month. And then I started drinking on the show, and it's never been the same ever since. Drinking again today. Day off, finally. Had a long one there. Had a fun one there. But I cannot talk about that. And that's all I got to say about that. I'm just having a good day today because I woke up and I'm not sick. That's what it takes for me to have a good day, is not being sick. You know why? Because it's August. It's the end of August right now, and I mean the tail end. I'm recording this on the 29th. It'll be out. Maybe I'll put it out tomorrow. I've been putting them out on Thursdays lately. Either way, it'll be out the 30th, 31st, one of those days. And you know what that means. You know what that means. Now, obviously, that means that August is about to end and September is about to begin. But that's not exactly what I'm talking about. No. See, what I'm talking about, there's two things about this specific time of the year that pisses off your host over here. Let me tell you what it is. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Two things specifically around this time of the year that I don't like. That's that shit I don't like. Number one, you'll see it. You'll see it this Friday, September 1st, 2023. You'll see pictures of it. You'll see videos of it. You'll see it in the stories, in the reels, in the shorts, whatever. Wake me up when September ends. Undoubtedly. Because I know I mispronounced it the first time. But I'm plowing right through. Undoubtedly. There will be people out there. Friday, September 1st, putting up that damn song, lyrics of that damn song, something. Wake me up when September ends. It's happened every September 1st since that song came out. When did Green Day put out that song? Let's see. What if you guys had to guess? I'm going to say, let's see. Was I in high school? Yeah, probably. So, was I in high school? I don't know. I'm going to say, is that song 20 years old now? I'm going to throw out, I don't know if that was in high school for that album. Let's say that. 2004? Is that song already about to be 20 years old? Let's see. Whack me up when it was 2005, bro. I knew I was in high school, but barely, by the skin of my teeth. June 13th, 2005. This song comes out. If I play this song, I will be flagged by fucking, what's that singer's name? Billy Joel Osment? No, that's a fucking, that's I See Dead People. That's Haley Joel Osment. This guy's name, isn't it like Billy Joel and then a last name? Like, cause he can't be another Billy Joel Armstrong. Billy Joel Osment. Wake me up when I see more dead people. 2005. So I actually just graduated. Fuck. I wanna be an American idiot. That album came out, and shit, they blew up to mainstream, didn't they? Anyways, that's the song. That's the album. That's the album that had fucking and ever since 2005 AD to 2023, every September 1st, there will be people posting these lyrics, these videos, these audios, whether it was way back then on MySpace or Zanga, or whether it was on your Facebook or Tumblr, or later on your Instagram, TikTok. September 1st comes, and you're just going to hear because we're all so fucking emo the moment that the temperature drops a little bit. The moment we want to put on a sweater, suddenly we're all fucking fuck my life. Some of us. Others, the ones with the darkened souls, are like, yes, finally. I used to like the cold weather. Like I was fine with winter, like snow. But I was also like a bigger boy back then. I was a husky child, if you remember. Not even child. I ballooned up in high school and college. 225 was my peak. I say peak like I was lifting weights. Like, yeah, at my peak I was fucking buff. 225. No, man, I was at my peak weight, at my highest weight, at my most voluptuous fucking ballooned weight. 225. For reference, I usually walk around at 165 now. And I like how I said 165 as if I'm a fighter that like cuts weight or something. But back then, I was fine with the winter, man. But now that I'm not as husky, bro, winter sucks, man. Like I looked when I first dropped the weight. I remember being outside with like 6 layers and a scarf and a wool hat and the hood of my coat next to a fire I started in a garbage can. And I looked at all my skinny friends and I was like, has this always been winter for you guys? Has this always been like this? This is terrible. And they looked at me like, no, actually, it's getting warmer. You know, global warming? It's actually better than it used to be. It doesn't snow as much. I'm like, oh my God. There's a reason that God made me fat as a child then. Until now. He knew that like global warming was going to ruin the earth. And he's like, well, this little bitch is not going to survive until then. So here, pack this pudgy fat. It's going to make the beginning of your life very difficult, but don't worry. You'll go through some shit in college. You'll lose it in the worst way possible, but still you'll do it. And then, the world's going to go to shit and you'll at least be, skinny for it. So you'll never really believe in me though. I mean, those 13 years in Catholic school, they just won't sink. So, be fat. Deal with it. That's reason number 1 that I don't like this time of the year. Wank me up. The other reason, I alluded to it when we started this off. I woke up today and I'm not sick. I'm not sick because, and the reason I'm happy about that is because this is that time of the year. This is that time of the year. Bottle cap on the fucking floor, man. This is that time of the year that I get sick. And as soon as I said that, I realized the hypocrisy in my voice, because you know what time of the year is the time of the year that I get sick? Every time of the year. This podcast is a recorded record. I guess is that redundant? Recorded record? This is an audio and visual record of how often I get sick. And it's, this is episode 31. I should at one point go back through all my episodes and see how many of them I'm sick. I'm pretty sure my percentage would be pretty high. If I was a baseball player, I might be in the Hall of Fame. So every time of the year is when I get sick. But this time of the year, I don't know why I said that like that twice. But this time of the year, it's like a guarantee. I get really mad when that random time in summer comes. I'm like, fuck, man, I didn't even. How did I get sick? What, too much sun fucking made me start sneezing? I know it's possible, but shut the fuck up. So what ends up happening, inevitably, it is inevitable. Every time around this year is we stop using the air conditioner so much, and we revert back to the good old-fashioned opening of the window. But inevitable. It is inevitable, Mr. Anderson, that every season at the beginning of September, we keep that fucking window open too fucking wide for too fucking long while I sleep. And I wake up all sick like a motherfucker. That window will be up, and suddenly I wake up and I'm like, window up, me sleep, healthy, wake up, done. Dunzo, sick, always. Just the elements from outside, the moment that the degrees drop a couple, just a little bit, the elements just swoop right in. And they're like, there's the weak bitch. Fuck him up. Sick immediately. But something has happened in year 35 of my life where I'm beginning to be a little wise to think that. Of course, I fucked the sentence up where I dare call myself wise. Of course. Damn, I threw my bottle opener on the floor. I'm gonna need that. That's the world telling me not to call myself wise. So let's not. All right? But I get sick so goddamn often that I just knew last night when the window was open and I was getting sleepy. I said, you know what we say? Not to the God of death, but to the God of the sniffles. Not today. What do we say to the God of sniffles? Not today. So what did I do? I shut that window. I looked out at those elements. And I stared the God of sniffles right in the face. And I said, not today. It's the same way how when the summer begins and you sleep with the air conditioner on all night, it's your body's not ready for that shit, and bam, start the summer off with a cold like a dumb fuck. Is that everyone else too, or is that just my weak ass piece of shit self? I don't know why I'm so hot today. And by hot, I mean pissed. Because obviously, I'm not just hot today as in good looking, because I'm hot every day as in good looking. Okay? If my superpower was like the Hulk, but instead of being angry, instead of it being activating by anger, it was just activated by how hot I am, I would be the Hulk 24/7. Because you know what? Remember in Avengers and Captain America was like, Dr. Banner, I think it would be a good time for you to get angry. And then Mark Ruffalo turns around and he goes, "That's the thing about me. I'm always angry." And then he just hulks out and starts attacking the aliens that Loki sent. Well, if it was me and I hulk out when I'm hot, you wouldn't even have to tell me, excuse me, Mr. Bryant. Bryant, like Kobe. I think right now would be a good time for you to be hot. I wouldn't have to turn around and be like, well, that's the thing about me, Mr. Rogers. Wow, his name is Mr. Rogers. Yeah, I just like ruined Captain America for myself. Mr. Rogers, Steve Rogers. Holy shit. How? And Captain America is Mr. Rogers? That's what happened. Captain America went back in time and he didn't come back till he got mad old. And he just became Mr. Rogers, dude. Puts on a little sweater vest. Takes off his shoes, puts on some sneakers. Asks everybody if he'd like to be your neighbor. Or if you'd like to be his neighbor. Captain America is Mr. Rogers. Oh my God. Also, when Chris Evans walked out as old Captain America, you might have well have just cast Joe Biden. That was basically a less. It was Joe Biden but except this guy doesn't fall off a bike. Yo, Mr. Rogers. What was I even saying? Oh yeah, Jesus, I'm on some ridiculous tangent right now, but I got it. Captain America's name is Mr. Rogers, dude. Holy shit. I just put up like a Captain America poster in my basement too, my living room basically, of my favorite, like perhaps my favorite quote in all of comics, and it's Captain America. But now when I look at it, I'm gonna be like, that's my Mr. Rogers poster. Well, as I was saying, if I was my version of the Hulk, and I had to Hulk out every time I was hot instead of angry, then you know what? I would never have to Hulk out. And Mr. Rogers, Captain America, he would never have to be like, excuse me, Mr. Bryant. Bryant. Like, oh, me. I think now would be a good time for you to get hot. Right now, go be hot. I wouldn't have to turn around and be like, well, that's the thing about me, Mr. Rogers. I'm always hot. Not necessary, because already would be the Hulk and would already be smashing, Hulk smashing. Except for me, it might be crushing, Hulk crushing. Oh, this has gone off the rails. So, as I was saying, reason number 2 that I don't like this type of the year, is because that damn window being open will always get me sick. And last night, remember when Diddy had got 2 singers to do an entire album with them, and they called themselves Diddy Dirty Money? Last night. Is that how it goes? I don't even know. Anyways, last night I closed that window and I avoided sickness, and I woke up and I told the God of Sniffles, not today. Your boy woke up healthy. So healthy. I'm so healthy today, dude. I'm so healthy. I don't think you're I don't think you understand. Your boy's so healthy right now. Got a sniffles? Not today. That's the thing about me, Mr. Rogers. I don't get the sniffles. So in conclusion, 20 minutes later, That's why this time of the year pisses me off. Those two reasons. Did you follow that? Were you following? Do you understand? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I hope that I didn't lose you guys there. I just simply wanted to tell you the two reasons that the end of August and the beginning of September pissed me off. Truth is, I like the weather changing, but hold up. Rewind that for a second. You know what's the worst part about getting sick at this time of the year? This specific time of the year? I didn't even mention what's the worst part of part 2. Reason number 1, this time of the year sucks. Wake me up when September ends. Reason number 2 is a 2-part reason. Because reason 2.1, no, it should be reason 2A is getting sick. But 2B, the worst part of 2B, I had to drink that. I almost smashed this bottle on the floor. The worst part of 2B is once you get sick from said change of season and window being open, is when you then encounter anyone else in the world, in the real world, and they see that you've succumbed to the god of sniffles. I couldn't tell him not today. He said today. And someone else sees you sniffling and sneezing, and they go, "Oh, you got a cold there, huh?" And I gotta be like, yes, I do. And you know what they'll say? You know what they'll say? Because I know what they'll say. I already know what they'll say. You know what they'll say? They'll be like, well, it's that time of the year. The seasons are changing. And I say, what? No way. I know it's that time of the year. You know why I know it's that time of the year? Because it's always that time of the year at this time of the year. That's why it's this time of the year. It's the same shit every fucking year. You think I didn't realize that the seasons are changing around this time of the year and that means that shit happens to people like getting sick? You didn't think I knew that? You're the one that have to tell me that it's that time of the year? It's almost as bad as you tell me that, oh man, it's raining outside. No fucking shit. I looked outside. I walked through it. And if you tell me it's that time of the year, you know what? I know. And you want to know why I know? Because I'm 35 and I've seen this time of the year 34 times before this. I might not remember like the first 6, 4 or 5 maybe. I remember the rest after that. So I have like 30 years of this time of the year. 30 years of this type of knowledge about this time of the year. All right? And 19 of those 30 years, at this time of the year, I got to hear, wake me up when September ends. And I don't know why, but at this moment right now, I suddenly wondered what the fuck my neighbors think when they hear me. They probably think I'm playing Call of Duty. Or that I am an abusive boyfriend in the worst relationship ever. No, wait. What am I doing? Bottle cap on the floor, man. It's that time of the year. I know. Talk about better things. Just talk about better things. If you see me sick at this time of the year, do not feel like it's your duty to then tell me that it's because it's this time of the year. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. That I got worked up. Man. Jeez. Part 2B really got me, huh? I'm not even taking shots in this episode. Usually when I take shots, that's when I get like really riled up. But I'm shotless right now. I am shotless. Your host is shotless right now. And I'm not doing shots. Mostly because I don't have tequila and I don't want to really do whiskey. Shots of whiskey. I have a moonshine downstairs. I don't really want to do that though. I have to record a second podcast after this. My fantasy football one. So, although I don't really care how drunk I am for that one. So I probably should do a shot. No, I'm not going to do it. 2B. Jesus Christ. Yesterday, was it yesterday? I think, yeah, yesterday. Just yesterday. So yesterday, I took the subway to work with Val, with my girl. And it's funny. I never know what the fuck to talk about for these episodes, and she'll be like, "Well, just talk about me." And well, here we go. You asked for it. You got it. Let's talk about her for a little bit, because we were on the subway, and there's this dude next to us, and he was playing some handheld video game console. Now, I say it that way because I did not know what it was. It wasn't a Switch. And sure as hell wasn't that, was it PSP? Remember that? It had Switch vibes, especially because he was playing Mario on it. But it was bigger than a Switch. Just bulkier, and the screen was bigger. It gave me Sega Genesis. It gave me Sega Game Gear vibes. Wow. I think I should just say this right now. I just got deja vu, like right now. Like specifically recording a podcast and mentioning Game Gear and getting it wrong the first time. Like specifically that. Is it weird that in a podcast where I mimicked an agent and said, "Mr. Anderson, it is inevitable, Mr. Anderson," that like 15 minutes later or 10 minutes later, I just got crazy deja vu while recording the same episode? Is that weird? Is that weird? I'm not sure what's up with me today, but this has been the most random that I feel my mind has been for one of these episodes. I don't want to say, "Oh, I have this. I feel like I have ADD right now," because like that's apparently can be messed up to people that actually suffer from it. So I'm not gonna say that. But I don't know if I've up to now recorded an episode where I am just breaking off from my whatever I'm talking about to like talk about every other random thing. And I'm not. This is my second beer. So, actually, I had a Stella before. I'm lying. So, I'm 2 beers in. I've definitely been drunker on live. I'm not even drunk yet. I know I will be. I don't know. Maybe I just got this like wild random energy right now. But yeah, I deja vu right now about that moment. And weird. What do you guys think deja vu is about? The Matrix really fucked up people's like idea of deja vu, didn't it? Making it a glitch in the system in the Matrix or whatever. I don't know. I feel like there's something to deja vus. I don't. Yeah, I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I grew up fat because God knew I was gonna end up not really believing in him, and he was saving my life, but in a really passive aggressive way. He's like, you would die in this cold weather if you didn't have these layers of blubber to shield you from this. Because you don't know yet, but you're really gonna grow up to be a bitch. So you need this blubber on you now. I could just make you less susceptible to the cold, but you're not gonna believe in me when you grow up. So deal with this and go fuck yourself. Develop a personality before you lose this weight. It'll help you on later on. It'll help you out later on in life. Trust me. You won't believe in me, but trust me. I'm being awkwardly silent right now because I'm trying to remember why I started talking about that again. I know I was talking about. I know I was talking about me and Val on the subway talking about that game console being a Switch. Then I had the deja vu thing. Then I started talking about. I referenced me being the agent, talking about that again, thinking if that was weird. But then how did I get to the God thing? Was it fat blubber? Don't believe in him. I don't know. 100% you guys are listening to this right now going, because you were saying this, you idiot. But I don't know. I was just I was a little thrown off by that moment of deja vu. That's basically what I'm trying to say. However, there was this gentleman playing a console next to me that reminded me of a Game Gear. Bigger. Great graphics. Is that still a thing? Graphics? And Val saw it, and I've mentioned before that although I brought the PS5, I own it, I bought it, I brought it to this house, but she plays it more than I do. She saw this thing, I don't know what it was, and immediately was like, ooh, what is that? Was enthralled by it. And I've actually been thinking of buying a Switch, and not even, just what this is just how great of a guy I am. Not even for me, but for her. Okay? For her. Here's why. If it was for me, I'd buy myself an Xbox One. Because I love Splinter Cell. And I can't find... you can't buy Splinter Cell for a PlayStation... what am I up to? 5? You can't buy Splinter Cell. So I would buy myself an Xbox One just to access the Xbox online store and buy Splinter Cell so I could play that. Then I would probably be playing more video games or at least play longer than Val. But if I bought something, I was thinking of buying the Switch. Not for me. I would use it, sure. But I liked the idea of its portability. And Val works basically traveling on the subway and the bus every day. Most of her job is traveling from one place to another, with either time to commute, time within the commute to play, or downtime within the commute, or downtime waiting for the next job. So she could get a lot of use out of a Switch. Now, I had been thinking this, but I haven't said it out loud to her. I'm not that dumb. Like I said, I'm 35. If I was 21, I would have said out loud months ago, I'm thinking of buying a Switch for you. And then you know what would have happened? Every fucking week that I didn't buy her a Switch, she would fucking remind me, hey, remember, that Switch would be really nice, and so that's why I didn't say shit. Okay, I didn't say shit. There's a lot of fucking things that I think about buying her. I don't say any of them out loud. How stupid is that? Imagine I said everything out loud that I thought of buying her. She would be the most disappointed person in the entire world. Because I've bought like 2 of those things that I've ever thought about, okay? She loves me, and I'm just like trying not to fuck that up. So anything that I'm thinking about buying her, I'm just going to shut the fuck up about it. And if it happens, it happens, The reason I'm saying this out loud is because this goddamn guy was sitting right next to us, and she starts going out loud like, oh, that looks so cool. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? I'm like, no, I don't know what that is. And I see it coming. I feel it. I feel it in the air. I feel it coming. But she's not just going to go out, blurt it out. Buy me one. She's not going to just do that. No. She's got some more, she's got some she's savvy. She's got some subtlety. She's got some moves, Like she's not going to be like, oh, what is that? Buy me one. No. She's like, oh, what is that? Do you know what that is? And I wasn't lying. No, I have no idea what that is. It looks really cool though. Actually, I'm lying. I didn't say it looked really cool. She's like, oh, it looks really cool though. And I'm like, yeah, it does. Do you know what that is? No, I don't. Oh, it looks really cool though. I'm like, yep. Yes, it does. And then suddenly, her face she started acting mad pensive, like, I've always, it's funny. She's Russian, but like, I'm not even going to do the whole Russian accent thing. Cause you know what? I'm not good at it. And she probably hears it all the time. So I'm just going to make her American. America. She's like, you know what? With the most fucking, this motherfucker's solving math equations in her head. I've thought about what it would be like if I had, the ability, the opportunity, the option of playing some kind of video game while I, to pass the time between jobs while I work. And I was like, oh yeah? Oh, have you? Oh. And I told her that I was like, well, yeah, obviously. I've thought about. It's funny. I have a Game Boy. I actually have old school Game Boy. I bought a Game Boy, and I bought old school Pokemon Yellow for it to like play while I commute to work and from work, and I like never use it. I used it like months ago, or maybe a year or two ago, like when I first started commuting again after the pandemic. But I haven't played Pokemon Yellow in months, and I should, man. I should. I never played it when I was younger. That's why I bought it. I bought it now. It's the same reason I bought it at the same time that I bought my N64 actually, and that was during the pandemic, like a little like towards the tail end. And it's only because I never had it as a child. That's honestly, I think that's the whole reason that I like buy a bunch of these toys. It's not that I didn't have toys as a kid, but like I never really had like complete sets of toys or whatever. I never had like the X-Men. And the only thing I had the complete set of was Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles. Like I had all of them, but bad guys for them, not really. Like whatever. Anyways, I digress. I bought the N64 and the Game Boy on this day. I barely used the Game Boy, and she's never even like asked for it because you know what? She wants those like cutting edge graphics. She doesn't want no fucking Game Boy shit. She wouldn't play it. So she saw this dude's fucking contraption and was like, you know what? I've been thinking about this. And I was like, well, now it's in the universe. Now she's aware. She had her moment to bring it up to me. There you go. There you go. She's like, because her job, her job, she it entails her being out in the city, and she'll do one job and then have to wait to then get assigned the next one. And sometimes, if she's lucky, she can line up like a couple in a row or in a day. But other times she has to wait around for something that seems right, that fits her, that fits like what she can do, what she can handle. And on those days that she has to wait around for a job that makes sense, she might get bored just killing time, looking at her phone, going through, I don't know, TikTok or whatever. I think lately maybe she's been trying to like edit videos during her downtime, but I don't blame her. You get bored. And if you don't have like a fun way to kill time, you're like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to call it a day. We'll start again tomorrow. And she's like, if I had something like that video game system that he's got, I would be so busy playing the game that I wouldn't care how long I was waiting for like the next gig. So it would actually, if you think about it, it would actually make me work harder. I would actually, I know it would cost money to buy it. Not me. It wouldn't cost me money. I know it would cost you money to buy it. But in the long run, it would actually make, well, it wouldn't make you money, but it would make me money. And some of that would go to us, but it would make us more money because I would then work harder. I would stay out longer because I wouldn't be as bored, and I would be able to earn us more money if you bought me that. If you think about it, it's actually irresponsible of you to not have already given me something like that. Like I just learned that this existed 2 minutes ago, and I've actually been upset with you for 1 minute and 59 seconds because why have it's so irresponsible of you to not have already known what that was, even though I just learned about it 2 minutes ago. You should have known about that already. You should have purchased it, and you should have given it to me, and we would be in a financially better situation than we are now. So it's actually irresponsible of you. And it's this line of thinking that has you and I doing like fine, but we can be doing amazing. And for us to do amazing, we both have to be doing amazing. It can't just be me. And up to this point right now, it's been just me. So you need to buy me that and start giving a fuck about our life together. Because the fact that I am not playing Mario and Sonic and high quality graphic video games during my downtime between jobs when I'm out working, that is on you. And I need you to fix that. Because I'm doing amazing. And you are barely getting by. And that brings our average to fine. Can you pick up your side and buy me that? Good talk. Thank you. Then she got off on First Ave. And I got off at Union Square 2 stops later. And since then, I've been budgeting in my head. Because apparently I'm being irresponsible. Shocker. Shocker. It wasn't an argument. I didn't talk enough for it to be an argument. So many times Val will say something and I'll give like a word or two, or sometimes not even a word. I'll just nod. And she'll be like, okay, so you're just not going to talk. And I'm like, I don't. What does she say? She says, you know, just because you're not interested in the topic doesn't mean that you can just. I love that I just burped in the middle of that sentence. That's how much I care about this. Just because you're not interested in the topic doesn't mean that you can just not talk. Like, you should respond to shit. And at that moment, I'm like, I don't want to. I used to be the guy that would never shut up. If you couldn't tell by this episode or by this show, by this podcast, the fact that I can just talk for over an hour without shutting the fuck up. Maybe that's what it is. I don't like respond to shit. I don't talk a lot, so I can save it for this. Yeah, that thing on the train, it was just well, guess what I gotta buy now? Not an argument though. It reminded me though of a dumbass argument that we got in, and she doesn't even know why we got into it, but I know like why we got into it. And it's the dumbest thing. And I don't even, she probably remembers this because women remember everything that pisses them off. So you said you wanted to be a topic on the show. Well, here we go. All right. One time she sent me like a video on TikTok or Instagram or something. And guys, be careful. Because if a girl sends you a video on Instagram, like an Instagram video or a TikTok video, if a girl sends you some type of video, you need to view it immediately and respond appropriately. Because if not, God help you. Okay? If not, you might as well have told her that her mother's a whore. Because she will just never... Yo, why are you not replying to my video? I don't reply to everything, and she's realized that. But you know how many times it took her being angry at me for not like acknowledging every single little TikTok video that she sent for her to finally be like, fuck him. He's that's just the way he is, you know? He's just an idiot. By the way, I've learned in our relationship, she's apparently allowed to call me stupid and an idiot and a moron, but I do not have a death wish. I am not allowed to do any of that stuff. And you know what I've noticed is that I do more stupid things and I do say more dumb things than she does, but is that really any reason for her to say it more? That's not nice. I do say so many dumb things though. So this argument, not even argument. It was just, you know what? I just knew that she was annoyed at me, and I know that I was annoyed at her. And 9 times out of 10, if we're annoyed or pissed at each other, it was through text. Because when we are like face to face, and she hears the things that I say, there's something about seeing the face that it comes out of that makes her realize I can't take this that serious. That's what's so good about a face like this and a fucking, voice like mine, is that when we're face to face and I say something, you don't really take it that seriously. So I don't really piss you off that much. If I type it out and you read it and you interpret it in your fucking, in the case of my girlfriend, if she's reading my text, it comes from a dumb fucking face like mine through my fingertips. And I say it in an idiot way. But then it goes through the matrix and ends up on her phone. And she reads it as a Russian female from Siberia. And that's basically as cold as ice, baby. It's cold as it gets. So the interpretation is I must stab him in the lung and throw him in a river. Because she gets all my dumbass texts go through cyber world, end up on her side, and are interpreted in the worst possible way. I could say the same shit to her face, verbatim, and she would just look at me and say, I love an idiot. That is, I came to America and I ended up with an idiot. But he's not that bad. That would be it. That'd be the extent of it. But through text, God forbid. Let me tell you about this text. She sent me something via Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I don't remember what the hell the video was about at all. I just remember one thing. It was one of those videos that said, Stitch incoming. Let me tell you, when that trend started gaining traction, you guys remember? You started, you'd be going through your Instagram feed and suddenly, or your TikTok feed and suddenly, you started seeing videos with this text on it that would say like Stitch incoming. I didn't know what that meant. I don't know what Stitch incoming, I didn't know what Stitch incoming meant. So I may be aging my fucking 35-year-old self, but I Googled Stitch incoming. And the first link that I clicked on said, Stitch incoming means that something so funny is about to occur in this video that you will get a stitch from laughing, and like meaning your sides will hurt from laughing so much. That was what I read when I looked up Stitch incoming. I learned after this text argument, when I re-Googled Stitch incoming, that the first time I Googled it, I was wrong. Or not me. I read the wrong thing. Because here's what happened. She sent me a video. It said Stitch incoming. And I was so annoyed because up to that point, every time that I saw a video that said Stitch incoming, I was ready for something really funny, and nothing funny ever fucking happened. And I got really fucking pissed off at all these videos. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of these videos that tell you to wait for it. And then you wait for it like a fucking asshole, and nothing happens at the end. And you feel like an idiot for waiting for it. But what did you do? You waited for it. I thought the Stitch incoming was just the new wait for it. And so every time that I saw a Stitch incoming video, and I didn't get a stitch from laughing so fucking hard, I was like, fuck you. You made me wait for it. And I'm pissed. I'm pissed now. And so when my own girl sent me a video that said Stitch incoming, and your host was stitchless, I was not laughing. I texted back, well, I'm over all these Stitch incoming videos. And she did not really respond well to that. She was like, what do you mean you're over them? And I'm like, none of them ever make sense. They're all dumb to me. And that's it. Like I said, might as well told her that her mother's a whore. Because she was like, well, I don't really see what's so dumb about it. People just want to comment on other people's videos. Like, it's not that big a deal. And I knew right away. I was like, well, my day's ruined. I woke up, I had the day off, I was chilling. But now, day ruined. Because I texted something from the face of an idiot, and she read it through her Siberian mind. And they ruined. But there was something she said about that in our textual argument that made me like wonder when she's like, oh, people just want to comment on other people's videos or whatever. And I was like, what the hell does that have to do with anything? And so I decided to Google Stitch incoming once again. And you know what didn't pop up? That fucking thing that I read weeks before. Suddenly every Stitch incoming explanation was saying that it's actually, you know what? Let's fucking type it in right now. Stitch incoming. Stitch incoming is a term creators use in video captions when they want to indicate to viewers that they are, quote, stitching, end quote, a video at that the first clip is taken from. The Stitch feature on TikTok allows users to respond to a small section of other videos on the platform by adding their own video. So if you don't follow, a stitch is when you take someone else's video and use it in your own video that you're posting so that you can basically comment on it. I had no idea that that's what that meant. So every time that I saw a Stitch incoming video and it wasn't funny, I was like, fuck you. And you know what? The video that my girl sent me wasn't funny. So I was like, not to her, but to the video, fuck you. And that's why I texted her that I was over all these Stitch incoming videos. And we got into it over some dumb shit. Then I Googled it again and realized that I had been wrong about what the hell Stitch incoming actually meant. And you want to know what? My girl has no idea about this whatsoever. I never texted her, oh, babe, you know what? I just Googled it a minute. I was so wrong. Never mind. Nope. We were mad at each other, so we were at the point of the argument where we were just not texting. Just no text until someone has to say something like, you know, what do you want for dinner? No texting. So when I read on Google what stitching actually meant, I did not break that silence. No. I just stayed quiet. I was like, well, I'm not going to tell her that I didn't know what stitch incoming meant. She's going to listen to this and text me. And we're going to get into another argument and we're going to stay silent again. Nah, this won't be an argument, but she will be... she'll be frustrated. I'll probably get a red-faced emoji, you know. Unfortunately, by the time she hears this, I will not have been able to have bought her that Switch or whatever it was that we saw on the subway. So, yet another reason I gotta buy her something. Fuck. Stitch incoming. I didn't know, dude. I didn't know. I sent her like a cat video like a couple hours later, and that reopened the lines of communication. Did you guys fucking Stitch incoming? You guys knew this? Val, you wanted to be a topic. You wanted it. One time we were chilling, just watching TV in the basement, and she got up to like go to the bathroom or something, just whatever. And I'm talking to her, I'm telling her like this, you know, short story, whatever, nothing super important, but I'm in the middle of a story. And I'm telling her, and I'm, you know, close to wrapping up. And she gets up, she's listening as I'm talking, and she's going to go upstairs to the bathroom. I don't think anything of it because I'm literally at the last sentence or two of my story. I know it's wrapping up. So the fact that she's getting up to go to the bathroom, it's actually perfect timing. Doesn't bother me. But I'm telling my story, and I swear, at like the last line of my story, Val stubs her toe on like a metal little peg that's holding up one of our shelves. And listen, we all know that's a universal pain. Stubbing your toe, right? She stubbed her toe, and I knew, I heard it. I felt it. Oh, she stubbed her toe. You know, you ever stub your toe so bad that you bypass reacting to the pain and you just get angry? Well, that's what happened with her. She stubbed her toe, got hurt, and then immediately just went to anger. And she looked at me. I stopped talking. I didn't continue my story. I'm not an idiot. I stopped talking. But she stubbed her toe and she turned to me and it was just silence as she's just like. So I guess there wasn't really silence. I was silent as she went. And then she looked at me with anger. And she goes, "What? Finish. What's next? What happened?" And I'm just looking at her like, what the fuck? She's mad at me that I was in the middle of my story when she stubbed her toe. She's mad at me. Like it's my fault. Like it's my fault that I didn't finish my story right before she decided to crash her foot into our shelf that has been there for months. It's not like that shelf came out of nowhere. That shit has been there. It didn't move because I was telling a story. That would have made sense if for some reason our shelves move until I hit the goddamn climax of a story that I tell. And then so the shelf moved and she turned at me like I controlled it. It was like, what? What's next? God damn it. Move this shelf out of my way by finishing your story. No, that shelf, that fucking shelf that shelf of toys had been there for weeks. She gets up. I'm one sentence away from just ending my story. And you know I'm a good storyteller, so it's worth it. And she gets up and then crashes her toe. I stay silent. I respectfully understand that she's in pain. I'm not laughing. Not one, no giggle, no smirk, nothing. In fact, I gave her one of these. Oh, yeah, that looks like that hurt. Oh, man. Like, I looked at her like what is it, empathy? Empathetic? But she turned around and just saw that stupid face I was talking about before. She goes, what? What's the last sentence in that stupid fucking story of yours? Oh, rubs her toe in pain. Like, it's my fault that you ran into the shelf that's been there for weeks. I felt like a fucking court jester when I begrudgingly told her the last sentence of the story. I was like, and then he did it and we all went home. I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, it's not that good. So much pressure was put on my story suddenly because she walked into a shelf. Pissed at me. The story wasn't that good. Not enough for you to break your toe over it. I mean, she got mad at me, told me to finish my story, and I remember just being like, what the hell was I supposed to do? And her, you know what she told me? Her words, not mine. She said, you would have been fucked either way. She knows. She knew. Doesn't matter. Finish your story or not, doesn't matter. I finished my story. It turns out to not be worth the pain that she's feeling. She's pissed I ever even fucking started that story in the first place. I don't finish that story. She doesn't hear the end. She hates loose ends. If she was watching a movie, she wants every loose end tied, bro. Everyone. Every time a movie ends, she wants to know, but what happens next? Did they get married? Does the mom die later on? Do they have kids? Who's going to be elected president next? What's the weather like? When September ends, what happens next? She always wants to know more. If a movie doesn't wrap up every single loose end possible, she looks at me and she goes, fuck this shit. And walks over to a shelf and kicks it just out of anger so she could be even more pissed. So if she stubs her toe and I don't finish my story and I leave a loose end, are you kidding me? The rage of Siberia is coming out in Bushwick. You're not going to tell me? I'm sorry. Okay. And then my mom brought him peaches and cream. And he ate it in front of the whole league. Like, I don't know. Jesus, I'm sorry. You're not going to tell me what happened after I broke my toe? Okay. My dad asked me if I wanted to talk to my mom and hung up on me. It was scary. It was scary. There was one time we were texting each other about probably like DC, like literally DC comic stuff. I'm not sure what we were talking about specifically, but I just know, I remember there's a point in the story that I know that she meant to respond or say or text to me Wonder Woman. But that's not what happened. She erred in the process. She made some type of error while typing Wonder Woman. And her iPhone tried to correct the first word of that. And I was sent Wondering Woman. Wondering Woman. And I just immediately started laughing. Because to me, Wondering Woman sounds like the worst superpower that any girlfriend or wife could ever have. Because I immediately interpreted that to mean that if a woman ever walked into any situation and did one of these, I wonder. Boom! Whatever she wonders happens. That's the worst superpower that a woman can have. Because you know what? You know what happens? Woman walks in and they see a room. I wonder what this living room would look like if we painted it pink and not white. Boom! Suddenly, there's a fucking stupid-faced man painting all the walls pink. I wonder if it'd be possible to turn our Bushwick backyard into a garden. Know what happens? Boom! Garden out there. There actually is a garden in our backyard. She did most of the work, but I've been in there. I've been helping every now and then. Very little, but I've helped. I've had to. You know why? Because I'm not going to get yelled at. Can't do it. Not going to get yelled at. That's why we don't get in arguments that often when we're in person. Cause I'm not an idiot. I just do shit. When my girl wonders something, I know that's not a wonder. That's a demand sugar coated in false positivity. It's a grenade, but covered with a marshmallow and dipped in chocolate, placed between 2 graham crackers, and presented to you with some drizzled sugar on top. Wondering Woman? I wonder what it would be like if you bought us a house. I wonder what it would be like if I if I was able to play video games while I worked. I wonder. We'd probably make more money as a household. It's irresponsible for me not to, but I just wonder. I'm just wondering. Don't mind me. I'm just a wondering woman. I'm just wondering. Oh, I wonder what it would be like if only women would be in charge. I'm just wondering. Honestly, give them a chance. We're fucking shit up anyways. If women were running the world, there would be stitches incoming every single day, left and right. Just fucking stitch, 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 stitch. I'm wondering if you should really go out tonight. I'm just wondering what it would be like if you stayed home. Bam! Night over. Night over. I'm just wondering. Ladies, however, if you're ever wondering what a man is thinking about, that's the worst use of your power ever. Women think that we're thinking of the most fucking evil shit. But you know what I think about so often? What my finishing move would be if I was ever a wrestler. Yeah, even at age 35, I still wonder about that all the time. If I was wondering man, the dumbest things would come to life. I would probably, not the dumbest things, but you know what the wondering man would have? He would have like a championship run in a sport. And he would have I would have a championship run in the WWE. I'm sure maybe a man would have a boxing run or a UFC run. And yeah, they'd probably have some salacious shit in there too. Never mind. No man should ever be a wondering man at all, actually. Most white billionaires are already wondering men, and that's the worst breed of man possible. So never mind. We need more wondering women in this world. What the world needs now is wondering women. All we need is women wondering for shit for their men to do. All right. I'm going to end this show by talking about something that I thought was really cool. You guys remember a couple of weeks back when I was being an idiot? I know. Too broad. I have to narrow that down a little bit. Okay. Specifically, when I was talking about the fact that my girl had never heard Basketball by Curtis Blow, and I played it for her, and I told her that it was like the simplest lyrics in the world, and I started making a joke like to her about how it sounds like a kid said this or whatever. And when I started recording this podcast or that episode, I went on this fucking tangent. I know, shocker that I went on a tangent. I did though. I went on some tangent, and I just riffed on like Curtis Blow coming up with the lyrics for basketball by stealing them from a child filling out his preschool worksheet and his mother putting it on her refrigerator. I cut that portion of my podcast into a reel and I put it on Instagram. And it didn't go viral or anything like that. But in my comments, I just, I while poking fun at the premise, I did tag Curtis Blow and made sure to like let him know, hey, just in case he ever sees this. And I did not think he would, but I was like, just in case he ever sees this. I don't hate you. It's all love. In fact, let me just read exactly what I wrote. Actually, as a reminder, I'll just play the reel again right now. You guys will hear actually, I'll do what I did for that gang thing. Whoops. If I don't knock over all the Heinekens I just drank. It's the most alcoholic sound that's ever happened on this podcast, by the way. Just I move one thing and just bottles. Clink, 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 clink. All right, let's see. How old is he? Yep. How do I start this over? Here we go. So I put this on Instagram. Oh, great. And the kid will be like, basketball is my favorite sport. What do you like about it? I like the way they dribble up and down the court. And Curtis Blow, that shit is deep. Your son wrote that? How old is he? That's talent. I'ma steal that shit. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Boom! Bars, 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 baby. And that child's mother got zero residuals. Get away from me, child. You didn't copyright those lyrics. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Woo! You didn't know you had bars on your fridge, bitch. So I put that up on Instagram, and my caption was in honor of hip hop turning. Oh, I titled it "The Story Behind Basketball." And I said, "In honor of hip hop turning 30, or excuse me, 50, 30." I present to you the true story behind one of the most iconic hip hop songs of all time, and how it was stolen from a child and his mother. Then I put an emoji of like the smiley face sticking out his tongue, and I put JK just so no one would actually think this is the true story. I thought it was ridiculous enough that no one would believe that, but you never know out there. And then I ended it by saying, salute to one of the legends of hip hop. It's all love. And I tagged Curtis Blow in that video. Well, 2 days ago, the man himself, Curtis Blow, replied. He commented on that video. It's there. I know the blue check means a lot less now that you can apparently buy it. You can buy it on Instagram too, right? It's not just TikTok, Twitter, that was a thing. I don't really pay attention to blue check marks anymore, but it did make me, just click on his page, and it's Curtis Blow. He replied, he commented on my my reel poking fun at him. And he said, "The devil is a lie!" Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. LOL, you too. Exclamation point. Now, let me tell you, when I woke up and I saw that Curtis Blow commented on my reel about him, I was happy as fuck. I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's hilarious. And he wrote LOL, so I know he's not pissed. But there was a big part of me that was just wondering, wondering, man, what did he mean? I'm a little. I know the devil is a lie is a quote about just the just the fact that mistrust or the inability to trust someone is in a way the embodiment of the devil. Let me just see what Google says. The devil is a lie. Oh, apparently it's also a hip hop song by Rick Ross featuring Jay-Z, but that just tells me that it's a common saying, Why do people say the devil's a lie? In the Old Testament, the devil is part of God's heavenly council. He's not evil. He plays the part of the prosecutor. He tests your face to determine if it is genuine. He's an angel and an integral part of divine hierarchy. Lucifer is a lie. Lucifer is not Satan. Oh my God, this is very involved. The phrase "the devil is a lie" is often used in religious or spiritual context to express the belief that the devil or evil is deceptive and misleading. There you go. That's what I fucking read the first time. So I'm obviously lying about the origin of Curtis Blow's basketball. Basketball is my favorite. So he says the devil is a lie. That I get. Laugh out loud. He's LOLing. That's good. But then when he ends it by saying "you too," is he calling me the devil? The devil is a lie. Laugh out loud. You too? I'm not sure what he means by "you too." Like, because look, in my caption, I said something like, it's all love. I literally ended it by saying it's all love. So could he mean like, yeah, it's all love over here too? Maybe, but honestly, the devil is a lie. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. LOL, you too, exclamation point. Sounds like Curtis Blow is calling me a devil. I don't know how to. Look, I'm not taking it negatively at all. I'm humbled and honored that he even bothered to reply to comment on the reel. I think that's awesome. There's nothing but positivity on my end from this. I'm just confused as to like what he really meant by the "you too" part. Is he calling me a devil? Did Curtis Blow just call me a devil? I don't know, man. Y'all need to help me out. I'm confused. He seemed... Sorry. For everyone listening and not watching, you guys, whoever's watching on YouTube just saw my Heineken start overflowing like twice. So your boy had to chug. I'm sorry. But anyways. What am I? You too? The devil's... Am I a lie? If the devil is a lie and you too, am I a lie or liar? I am a liar. That's for sure. That's why I thought it would be a good... I just burped again. That's why I thought it would be a good podcaster. Because I'm a liar. And it would make for good content. Either way. Sorry, I just drank so much foam. My Heineken was like fucking overflowing. You know when someone like taps the top of your bottle, bink, and it like your bottle then starts overflowing beer? It was like someone just did that to me out of nowhere. And I had to start just chugging foam. Anyways, Curtis Blow says I'm the devil or a lie. Either or. I take it as a compliment that he even acknowledged me. Like Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Thank you, man. That was pretty cool. I do think Curtis Blow's a legend, and I do respect the shit out of him. And I just kind of wanted to end on that. I just thought I wanted to end this episode on something that was kind of fun. A legendary rapper replied to a video of me making fun of him, and it doesn't sound like he wants to kill me. That's pretty cool. I'll take it, man. I'll enjoy tonight. Because it'll be like, the last night before Val realizes I dedicated most of an episode to her, and it's not the type of episode she would have wanted. But that's what that's what happens here on Big Kid with Will Bryan. I don't think I'll get in trouble, right? I didn't reveal anything terrible here, right? These are just dumb things. Dumb things, dumb thoughts. All right. So what do I have to do? I've got to buy her a video. Maybe the Switch, or maybe apparently she looked up. She texted me, by the way, the name of that thing that guy next to us was playing on the subway. The moment she got off the train, the moment she got off the L train, I got a text, and it was like, "This is what it is. This is how much it costs. It's expensive. Good luck." So I guess I have to see what she would enjoy more. So I got to buy her that. And anything else that she's wondering about, I'll be sure to make sure that happens eventually. And anything I'm thinking of doing, I'm going to keep it to myself until I can actually afford to do it. Then what a surprise. What a great guy. I bought her a MacBook for Christmas one year. I had thought about that like a year prior. Imagine I told her for a year that I was thinking of buying her a MacBook, and 12 months passed by and she has no MacBook. We'd have the worst relationship ever for 12 months, because all she would think about was that I'm the fucking bum that promised her a MacBook and never fucking delivered. So I stayed quiet. Took me a year. But you know what I gave her for Christmas? A fucking MacBook. Not this past Christmas, the one before that. And she was surprised. And she loved it. But can you imagine her getting a MacBook a year after I told her I was thinking about getting her one? She wouldn't be fucking... Dude, she opened up that MacBook on Christmas and her eyes like teared up. If I would have told her a year before that I wanted to do that, she would have opened up that MacBook and looked at me. No tears in her eyes. No, she just looked at me and be like, it's about time. Finally, a whole year it took you. I was wondering if I'd ever have one. Well, she does. No one's got to wonder no more. With that being said, I wonder if you guys would be so kind to go ahead and rate and review this show on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to this show on Apple Podcasts if you haven't already. Subscribe on Spotify if you haven't already. I don't know what other platforms you guys use to listen to me, but if you use anything else, hit that subscribe button, man. It really helps me out. If you like watching me on YouTube, like I know my boy Alejandro loves to do all the time, shout out to you, Alejandro. Gotta record the fantasy podcast right after this. Right after this. It's going to be fun because your boy's definitely drunk now. If you like watching me on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube page. It's growing little by little. And I love every fucking single one of you guys that are subscribing and watching. Thank you so much. Subscribe to me on YouTube. The good thing is that it's the same name on every single platform that I'm on. That's at I'm Will Bryant. Whether it's Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, aka X, TikTok, Twitch, Spotify, Threads. That's 3 words. I'm Will Bryant. Bryant. Like Kobe. This has been Big Kid with Will Bryant. As always, I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. And until next time, I'm just wondering if you'll be back. And until then,